Are we just gonna skip the crossover skit then?
Yep.
Good. I have an urgent not being here appointment I have to get to.
But what we are gonna do is a long and needless skit about what film to review! Ha ha!
Ah, hell.
Well, Mr. Critic, I noticed that you had a lot of fun watching Fury Road.
I think we can all agree that everyone enjoyed watching Fury Road, even the long dead and those who haven't been born yet.
To celebrate that fact, I suggest we watch something by a legendary Australian action director.
It's another Mad Max movie?
It's got kids in it.
It's Beyond Thunderdome?
It is not fucking Thunderdome.
Okay, I can get Beyond Thunderdome. It's Road Warrior, isn't it? There's a kid in that.
No, it's BMX Bandits by the man, the myth, the legend, the fairly obscure for some reason, Brian Trenchard Smith.
I don't know what that is, but I'm leaving. E2, general anesthetic from Pop Quiz Hotshot.
Latin never stopped me from betraying someone before.
Fine. Alright, I'll review DMX the Bandit or whatever.
Yes, kids, it's another Brian Trenchard Smith film.
Should I know who Brian Trenchard Smith is?
Well, that depends. Do you recognize any of these?
You don't have a chance in hell of getting what you want.
I'll always have a chance in hell, David.
Hey, don't give me any shit!
No, I'm glad to say I don't.
Nice to know you don't watch my show. It has been noted.
So, he's a guy? And has nothing to do with Mad Max?
He has something to do with Mad Max. For about 24 hours while making Mad Max 1, they nearly replaced George Miller with him.
So nothing then! Can we start? From that title screen, it's good to know Australia had the 80s too.
This movie is a stirring tale of some kids on bikes taking on the Australian mafia. So imagine Turbo Kid with the Road Warrior and Terminator surgically removed. If you haven't seen Turbo Kid, pause this, watch Turbo Kid, and then come back.
It looks like the costume department stole these clothes from the gay pride section of the Foot Clan's wardrobe.
It looks like they're getting ready to go paintballing with the Care Bears.
It also stars Angelo D'Angelo, who, with that name, I think you will agree just might be the coolest guy of the decade. I don't even know who he is, but I already want to write about how dreamy he is in my diary. Oh, D'Angelo.
Yeah, they even have a character credited as the boss. This is fucking amazing. He doesn't even get a name or a job, just a description of his role in comparison to his underlings. Based on a screenplay? Well, I'll take your word for it.
Do you think this realizes it's a commercial? Did they just borrow some gem in the hologram sound effects?
Yeah, they did. I want someone killed! Not fucking him! Please wait until the fucking review's finished.
Latisse, making suspicious-looking vans as the dawn of time.
Listen to the soundtrack. It sounds like they're going Ted Bundy on someone in there. Blue jumpsuits! It's the present! Or rather, the present the film was made in.
Okay, pig masks? Really? Well, at least it's not Reagan masks. Then they'd be the current president's gang, and the reference would just be confusingly anachronistic. Was that pig Latin? Good night, folks! Good night! Tip your waitresses, yes.
Let's go.
Well, that's inconspicuous. It's meant to be the three little pigs and the big bad wolf, but there's 4 pigs, so Australians can't count. They also seemingly didn't get fingerprint technology because no one's wearing gloves. Okay, I'll mark everywhere they could get a positive fingerprint ID from a robber in red, just to show how fucked they should be.
Oh, I like red!
Sorry, what?
I like red!
I have to admit that, in context or not, Australian robber in a pig mask, that was a weird thing to say.
Nobody move for the next 5 minutes or I'll blow a hole in your brain!
If you can still hit them 4 minutes and 59 seconds from now, you are shit robbers, and an extra second won't help that.
Montgomery Street Bank. Senior, Johnson, Johansson, Henry, follow me.
Were 2 of those cops called Scarlett and Johansson? Because between that and this shot a minute later where a guy wears a Captain America shirt, I'm wondering if this film is a weird MCU prophecy come to life.
No zoo? Where will I take the kids this weekend? You might wonder why the kids are color-coded so strictly. I think it's so they can tell each other apart and avoid existential crises.
Either that, or it's so they look like Player 1 and Player 2 in the never-made NES game. So after the most pointless bit of incidental, hilarious slapstick this side of Superman 3, we get to the real meat of the film. Nicole Kidman. Oh wait, she's 16. I didn't mean that!
Hi, Mol. Some holiday. Don't you work enough at school?
Well, there's no way I'll get a bike like that otherwise. Won't get one by wishing for it.
I did.
It's good to see that Augustus Gloop escaped Willy Wonka's chocolate factory and somehow merged with Veruca's salt. So the asshole pushes some shopping carts away because asshole, and
somehow these hotshot young BMX racers can't avoid hitting slow-moving shopping carts.
But please, I need this job.
I don't care. Get to the office and tell them you're finishing up.
based on his shorts, I think the store manager thinks he emigrated to South Africa.
Look, I'm really sorry about that. We'll make it up to you.
Oh, don't worry. It's all right. Are you hurt?
Only in the wallet.
Wait, they're walking around fine, but their bikes were destroyed? What the hell were those bikes made of? In fact, what are they the people made of?
They're clearly powered by tiny cartons of milk. Meanwhile, in a warehouse the size of Latvia, the baddies are waiting for the boss.
The boss! The boss! The boss!
The boss.
Fine. The boss!
The boss!
The boss!
That's a bit much.
It really is.
Holy shit, the gang includes Justice from Manborg! And John Waters playing Howard Stark is staring at the boss's crotch. Fucking amazing!
15% apiece, as agreed. Tax-free.
Tax-free, not bad.
Yes! This time we're not paying taxes on our ill-gotten gains! Score! Why are you still wearing the overalls? Did you think we couldn't tell that these Australian criminals who have been talking about a bank robbery are the same Australian criminals we saw earlier doing the bank robbery?
The boss is a new score for them. It'll net them a fuckload of cash and the plan makes no sense. Fortunately, he has visual aids so we can all see how terrible it is.
The money? Us.
Do you think he plans all his heists via Hot Wheels?
All right then. This is the bank. This is us.
I don't see how this can work. Look at the size of that building. That car's way too big to crash in through the window.
Yeah, the car's way too small to fit all of us.
What are you suggesting?
Maybe you should just show us what you want with a real building.
Yeah. We could steal a van, crash into the bank, and you can walk us through the plan. Could even steal some money while we're there to pay for the gas.
Good idea.
Apparently, the payroll truck is radio-controlled, meaning they have to import some tech to allow them to complete the robbery, and this is just setting up the MacGuffin. They're going to lose the tech and need to get it back.
Anyone who screws up deals with me.
Fuck this up and I will shoot your cardboard boxes! Also, can I borrow some cardboard boxes? Someone seems to have shot mine. Did someone say mine?
Mine!
Hey, where'd you get this?
It came with the boat.
And the boat?
We looked on the end of the rope and there it was.
Okay, Nicole Kidman's friendship with Blue and Red comes right the hell out of nowhere. Kind of like the relationship between Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard in Jurassic World.
And with about as much inexplicable off-screen fucking. They only met yesterday and they should be blaming her for their bikes being fucked. Listen, we know a great place to go party. It's called Wolf Creek. Sounds bodacious. Oh, how did we sail to the outback anyway? And what the fuck has happened to my accent?
So, what's the plan?
Don't ask me, he's the miracle worker. For an encore, he'll probably feed the 5,000. Don't knock it.
Holy crap, those two have a comeback for everything!
You could run a perpetual motion machine off their fucking mouths.
Yeah, with our luck, the fish would be off and we'd wind up with 5,000 cases of food poisoning.
And not only that, but I'm pretty sure they were hired for their ability to not act.
They're out here to raise money for new bikes via poaching from other people's seafood traps.
The way I see it, to make money you need money. Great thing about the seafood business is the merchandise comes free. Well, I gotta admit, the price is right.
So, BMX Bandits, the thrilling tale of oyster stealing, to the extreme!
Will you get a move on?
Struth, I am inconspicuous, mate. You know, if they made this a few years earlier, Billy Idol here would have been mobbed by fans. Hey, check out the boat, it's nice of the movie to reference heavy metal for us. Anyway, the MacGuffin's been hidden amongst the lobster pots and whatnot, and the kids find them, thus leading to the rest of the film!
It's abandoned.
Are you kidding?
Well, it is now.
That's still considered theft! Weird, I know. They take the MacGuffins back to land while the gangsters work out what happened.
Hey, you idiot! What have you done? You've
Don't tell me he's got it before us!
Those kids took it.
Witness me! So armed with some technological marvels / walkie-talkies, what are some teens to do but get into some shenanigans?
This is BJ. How do you read me at this distance, Goose? Like I had X-ray vision.
Sarge, I've got something of an unspecified scientific nature on me walkie-talkie.
Oh, shenanigans! Classic!
Or they could just sell them.
Hagen, you just don't have a sense of humor!
Are you trying to quote Toe Cutter?
Yes, I just can't handle Australian accents without vehicular death. I have a problem!
This is PJ. Do you read me?
I might if you've got some interesting bits.
Ah, nothing but interesting bits.
When I was born, the nurse looked at my...
Some other time. She's not into the X-rated material.
Some of these cops are way too into hearing about that kid's cock.
You know, for kids! Why is there only one frequency in Australia? Did the British send the convicts out there with one?
And what band did the Aborigines use before them? So, seeking to kill two birds with one walkie-talkie shaped stone, the teens decide to take my advice and just sell the fucking things.
How much you say?
$40.
40 bucks! I'll give you 20.
Candles? What, was Australia going through a crippling flashlight shortage?
This reminds me of this really good movie I saw at the drive-in once. Kissed the blood off my carburetor. It was a horror road movie.
Aren't they all?
Well, all of Brian Trenchard Smith's are.
Except this one.
What I'm taking away from this scene is that parents were made illegal in Australia in the early 80s. Based on Trenchard Smith's other films, they're either being hunted for sport or locked up in a concentration camp / drive-in.
It could be my imagination, but I'm pretty sure Nicole Kidman's hair is getting slightly bigger in each scene. Looks like it's gonna eat her head alive. Angry that the walkie-talkies were stolen, the gangsters are following them.
Maybe we should turn off, see if they follow us.
They'll follow us. I know they will. If they're interested in us, my name's Bugs Bunny.
Well, you're wearing girl shorts the way Bugs Bunny would in drag.
What's up, Doc? Okay, look casual. Then on the count of 3, we move. 1.
It occurs to me that we've not had much BMXing in this BMX showcase of a film. I put this down to BMXing being a finite resource. So it's time for the fabled graveyard scenes. One dead Aborigine. La ha ha! 2 dead Aborigine. La ha ha! That was fucking terrible. I sounded fucking Japanese. Fire my fucking accent, coach! And this time out of a fucking cannon. They got off too fucking easy last time with the fucking flames.
They see our faces and we're finished.
Do you think I'm an idiot? Where would we be without our disguises?
I am not going into a cemetery dressed as a pig.
You know, I think I watch a sitcom starring those two. Billy Idol and Matt Dillon as John Waters as Howard Stark are the Wet Bandits. Rated X.
What can people do to you if they're dead? That's what worries me. That's what worries me.
The existence of orc masks worry you? Twist ending, Nicole Kidman died while filming this and her whole career was basically the others. They decide to split up, leaving Kidman, who's phobic about being in cemeteries, all alone. I have no idea if they're using her as a canary or a diversion as they run off. Maybe a weird mix of both.
What exactly was this guy's plan? Grab her and then look at her? If she didn't scream and punch you, what was stage 3 of the plan? Of course, call down the power of Zeus to aid you!
Oh, sorry, I'll get down. Sorry God, I won't climb on that again. She runs and somehow falls into an open grave. Even though in the other shot she clearly missed the hole. This leads to minutes of hiding and then even more minutes of listening to people talk about horror at her.
You know what? This reminds me of a really good movie I saw. Blood of the Undead. About these two teenagers who fell into a crypt.
How did they get out?
They didn't.
Now I know what it's like to be stuck in a hole with Count Jacula.
Zombies.
Goose.
Imagine being turned into one.
Hey, you missed the truly epic piece of crappiness from a gangster as he tried to get the drop on one of the kids and gets struck in the eye by a walkie-talkie antenna. The killer from Scream is in this incompetent. I'm not talking about the good ones. I'm talking about Scream 4 and the TV show.
I'm sorry.
It's PJ, isn't it?
I like you both.
It's PJ.
Either there's going to be a threesome by the end of the movie, or he's going to buy a fedora and wait for the web to be invented so he can be a man going his own way.
Goose, can you hear me, Goose? Because I can hear you.
Oh no, I left it turned on. That's the trouble with these things, you never know who's on the other end.
Listen, Goose.
I predict that the police are going to open their own chat line service as a way to help fund themselves.
It occurs to me that we're spending way too much time in this graveyard. Anyone remember when BMXing was part of this movie?
As I established earlier, BMXing is a finite resource.
You didn't establish anything, you just said it!
If you weren't so damned adorable, you would regret saying that. Anyway, do you think the one in the red t-shirt wakes up every day and wonders to himself, how can I make myself look even more like a rent boy today? Assless chaps? No, too much. So they eventually run for it and barely make it over the anti-virginity fence before
we see that guy's not a real alco. It'd take more than seeing some monsters climb out of a graveyard to make them give up booze. This I can attest to!
Hey, they've all got branded BMX gear. It's a good thing they didn't change the title font in post-production, regardless of how shit it is.
So, is there some weird Australian law that all gangs have to be color-coded?
It looks like they're wearing early 80s Star Trek uniforms. Command, security, and girl.
Wait, why is blue suddenly wearing red? Why is red wearing yellow? This is throwing our naming convention completely off!
Now come on, Judy, do your stuff.
Everywhere I look, I'm certain every little note they're waiting boys. I see boys.
If she's the one doing most of the tricks, then how come the song is about boys? The song fails the Bechdel test.
That's not Nicole Kidman. There's getting a stunt man to do shit that your actor can't do, and then there's doing the literal bare minimum to hide the fact.
Well, that made my jerking off to the scene both less and more awkward.
Struth, Nicole! Noise package!
Is this a private pavement or is anyone invited?
Well, you know what they say. Two's company.
3 will get the camera crew arrested.
Yeah, what is it, PJ?
Seems like we've got a very satisfied customer.
Hey, here's a thought. Why not use the walkie-talkie chatter to find some of the kids who bought them and beat some information out of them? Or would that be just a smidge too sensible?
Regardless, who wants some sinister boats? That is so good at making shit sinister, I'm gonna add it to some random shots.
Goose, let's get out of here.
Holy fuck, that one worked! Oh.
Who are you?
I'm John Safran. I made a time machine for a zany stunt and now I'm stuck. I need your help.
I have no idea what you're referencing, but I assume it's stupid.
Story of my fucking life.
We're police officers. We believe you and your friends are withholding stolen property.
You don't look much like police.
We wouldn't be very clever undercover cops if we did.
Undercover? That's what? Half the Chuckle Brothers?
And Jake Busey?
You know, this is an unusually clever plan from them. To her.
I want to beat it out of her. We can't afford to leave any bruises. It's got to look like she drowned.
Whisper louder! I don't think she heard you! Everyone's got unusually clever plans this scene because Nicole Kidman turns the walkie-talkie on and just waits for help.
Look, if I knew what you were talking about...
We are talking about walkie-talkies.
Now, don't drop it till I say now. You got that?
Roger.
Look, I've been giving you a break, kid, but I want to know now.
Now! It's funny because it's accidental.
Sounds like trouble.
So Red, who was blue, and Yellow, who was red, come racing to the rescue. Once they've driven past this lovely scenic golf course located on the majestic Pacific coast, membership can be yours for only... Oh, I see an ice cream-based anti-fat person joke coming up. Yeah, take that, you fucking ice cream liker!
Oh! Come back! You won't even do ice cream! What the hell?
Poor Susan Boyle.
What the hell?
It's really weird that the antagonistic kid is fat and nerdy. I mean, the heroes are good-looking and popular. It's as if someone said, you know, I've had enough. It's time for charismatic asshole teens who get ahead by breaking the law have their own heroes. And those unfit, nerdy kids knew what it was like to be bullied.
What makes it even weirder is that the unfit, nerdy kid is as big, if not a bigger bike nut than the stars. He's borderline obsessed, and yet they decided that he should be a fat slob. It's as though they grabbed some random teen stereotypes from movies and threw them into a blender just to make him.
It's a good thing they didn't throw the slutty one in there too. You know, in any other film, they would have roughed her up by now.
If she's lucky, that is. So she tries to escape, and I was about to wonder how Red and Yellow were hunting her down, but... I'm more worried about the soundtrack. It sounds ill.
Christ, these guys move like the floors are made of banana peels. And now she's trying to row away on a boat that's tied to the dock. Just untie it from the boat! What's going on now? Jousting and pretend kung fu? What? What?
It begins. I gotta take notes.
No! This is not worth getting angry over. You are many things, BMX bandits, but you are not worth emotional investment.
Doug. The weak mind is so easy to manipulate. Well, that suit is ruined. Twice. Anyway, BMX Bandits isn't the sort of film to just stop when a gag goes on for too long, so we get minutes upon minutes of zany chasing action. Including these two driving as though it's the first time they've used Grand Theft Auto.
Also, the teens skipping the line at the local water park and destroying the flumes with their bikes. This is more odd than extreme! And the best thing about this in-flume footage is that we know either a kid or cameraman must have been hurt filming it.
Come here, you little wonk!
I like to imagine that he really expects them to climb out again.
You beephole, come here!
Okay, I take it back. The suit's ruined now. Oh, I fucking love the wheel cam. Wheel cam! Wheel cam! This is the wheel cam! Fuck yeah! Wheel cam! He's our man. If he can't do it, another cam will. Especially if that cam is another fucking wheel cam. One that's even longer than the last one.
Okay, is there a reason for the Bionic Woman sound effects? Was that a BMX extra feature? And what the fuck is this?
That is a bizarre reference to the origin of rugby. They're over there, I can hear the whooshing sounds.
Hey, you ever want to know what it'd be like if you made the last 20 minutes of Home Alone into its own movie? It's on screen right now. In fact, it has been since the start of the review.
Nah, it's the first 4 minutes of Police Academy Citizens on Patrol, but with bikes instead of skateboards.
After all the slapstick in this chase, I feel cheated that the one thing no one's crashed into is a fruit stand. Oh, and take a look at this. Symbolism!
What's the matter? What did you do in there? What's that up?
Congratulations, you are now all electrocuted. Like death would ever stop these two. I don't know how long the chase has been going on for, but when it's done, I'm pretty sure the chimps will be in charge.
This is making the chase scene in Fury Road look like something really short. And I don't want to be too dark because that's more your thing, but can someone just shoot these teens? Please?
Movie, the time when I would have been impressed by that is long since past. Oh, the kid's impressed. The kid is fucking impressed. I guess that changes everything. I mean, look at this guy. He's like 3! Getting through the fucking day without soiling himself impresses him! If I see you, I am gonna stab you in the fucking head with your fucking arm!
Aha! Back again!
Oh, Grace Brothers. I wonder if he's being served.
I wish I were dead. Figure of speech.
Who are those freaks?
Well, I can tell you one thing, they're definitely not cops.
Well, don't worry. They can't get at us in here.
Why not just split up and head for the exits? There's more than one now!
I think this movie has elected to dramatize the holding pattern it's been in for the last 30 minutes by refusing to let any of the characters leave or do anything interesting. This lasts for about 2 minutes before we're back to the fucking chase!
You're learning, that's the attitude. If you can do it with that sort of attitude, we'll hit them sometime before lunch.
Movie, you have proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that time is an illusion. And lunchtime doubly so! Day 136 and the chase seems sure to continue for the foreseeable future. It's like Sean Bean's worst nightmare if winter was a Tour de France. The saddest thing about this is that unless you've seen the film, no one's gonna believe us about how long this fucking chase is.
Okay, get out of the car. Careful. Nailed it!
This whole thing would go so much quicker if Angel Summoner got his finger out and did something.
Shortcut!
To where? Where are you going? You showed us the whole fucking city! Twice! So the boss is justifiably angry that his men didn't find the walkie-talkies, but for some reason gives those two until noon to find them.
All of his men are probably called Bruce and he just got confused. Jesus Christ, I know that's a police station, but that's bluer than a Smurf's... Smurfin' Smurf!
Did I ever tell you my favorite color was blue?
Anyway, the police catch the teens by invoking paragraph 8, subsection D of the official Internet Reviewers Charter and just doing what I said they should.
Oh, I haven't done nothing.
Where did you get that?
What?
In this case, the offenders have been apprehended.
Well, what are we going to do with you?
Hello, gentle viewers, and welcome to What Do the Cops Do with the Fucking Kids? I want you to come up with your own suggestions while we take a quick break. Time's up! Let's see the results. Okay, 44,509 people said they'd be arrested for their myriad crimes and then have some sort of daring escape scene. 87,982 people said the same, but that Nicole Kidman would eat one of the boys. A bit dark there. 109,675 people want me to shut the fuck up and finish the review. And one person said that as some kind of custody would make sense, they will clearly be let go to face the mob by themselves. Good work to a Mr. The Riff! What? It's called live streaming. Now he won, so everyone at home, give him a big hand. Not you!
What? I'm at home!
Someone give him a hand!
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep watching. The rest of the review is gonna be a cracker.
No, it won't.
Oh my god, it's the Critic! You're the only reason I watch this shit!
That's your problem.
Oh my god, he condescended me! This is the greatest day of my life!
I'm guessing they were let go because, as a group, they're about 66.6% white.
Next time you find anything, you bring it to us. Could have been a bomb, for God's sake.
It's not Northern Ireland. So they steal walkie-talkies from the police, and even worse, they interrupt a story about a horse loose in town.
The horse stopped in the middle of the intersection, sir. Well, it did its business, you see, and then these dogs came running in.
Why can't we see any of that movie?
Yeah, I bet it was chased into a water park and ended up in the flumes.
That would have been fucking amazing.
Although to be fair, kids on BMXs being chased by gangsters through a water park sounded good too.
Oh yeah. So, in minutes, the teens create an all-kid army of BMXers ready to fight the gang, armed with bags of flour.
The mob kidnaps Nicole Kidman in broad daylight, and the cops do nothing!
They stole evidence from under their noses, and the cops do nothing!
I wanted to build up to an even more egregious third thing, but I can't think of one. Those two will have to do.
Don't move a muscle, Spartacus.
Or I'll throw you into that fucking lake and show you the sun beneath the sea!
He's acting like his knife is a gun. Howard Hughes as Matt Dillon, as John Waters, as Howard Stark. You're not Link!
Because this is the dark days of pre-GPS, the kids are tracking the gang via walkie-talkies and by vandalizing a map. The only problem is that they only have about 10 walkie-talkies, and even if this place is set out as a neat grid, which it's not, there's not nearly enough of them to cover the city.
And, I'm not kidding about this, Nicole Kidman spends the whole journey annoying the crooks by explaining a fictional horror movie that she's making up on the fly.
Grabs him around the neck, strangles him, and he's turned into a zombie, which doesn't do much for his social life.
Enough! I can't believe my bleating ears. Is this the kind of stuff they let the kids see these days?
Yeah, why can't it be kid-friendly bike advertisements or something?
All units converge on Sirius Road. Repeat, Sirius Road.
Sirius Road? That's where Einstein discovered beer!
What are you looking at? Nobody's gonna help you, doll.
Hey, kids, do you want to be as cool as a few of the less cool kids on screen right now? Just get your parents to buy you a BMX. They can do everything from riding to... stopping.
Bloody kids.
Product placement Avengers, assemble!
Nicole Kidman being rescued by an army of middle schoolers might be the lowest point in her career until she said I do to Tom fucking Cruise. You know, the least plausible part of all this is that Nicole Kidman is still alive!
You know, I think I've worked out why, when you think of famous mobs, you might think of the Russians or the Japanese, but you never ever think of the Aussies. I wonder if they're capable of being aware of exactly how shit they are at organised crime. So the villains grab Kidman again and escape, leaving the kids to beat the fucking shit out of each other in the confusion. You know, them all getting away just makes the whole flower fight pointless. Unless you think a flower fight is in itself a point. Which I think I do.
Kid, that only works if you're Michael J. Fox. So Red is biking as fast as he can so they can get one more bit of product placement.
Hey, there's a BMX bicyclist along the side here. What? There's a BMX bicyclist.
One more bit. Ha! This movie makes Mac and me look positively communist.
He's right. BMXer.
But thank God for this chase.
You're welcome.
What? Never mind. Thank God for this chase, because Lord knows we haven't seen enough of that all movie. And at this point, the boss guy really should call the whole job off and just try to lay low. Or, well, that's what he should do if the police were at all competent.
You know, I used to idly wonder what a Ghostbusters porno with Stay Puft cum shots would look like.
Why?
Why not?
Hey, don't get philosophical with me.
Okay, no more Stay Puft spunk. How about this? I see the Ice Warriors' plans and the Seeds of Death began much earlier than anyone suspected.
I have no idea what you just said. Why the heck would you have a big piece of tarp on the roof of your van? Right where someone can unfurl it in your windshield. What if you stop suddenly? And they were right next to a cliff. They're lucky any of them are still alive enough to be annoying. And neither of us added that music.
Cross our hearts and hope the critic to die. So they get the misogynistic BMX park, win an award for surviving the film, and it's over. To celebrate that fact, here's a short list of the crimes the heroes committed. Poaching, trespassing, receiving stolen goods, assault, reckless endangerment, vandalism, property damage. Actually, it'd be easier to list the crimes they didn't do.
Oh, it's me then. Final thoughts? This movie is a complete waste of time. But it's kind of creative in how bad it is. It was colorful, it had some good stunts, the chase scenes were all well done, even if the whole movie was literally that. Its naivete is kind of innocent for a corporate shill of a film, if that makes sense. It's not good, but I'll admit, I kinda had fun with how not good it was.
I pretty much agree. It's like a kiddified version of the great Brian Trenchard Smith films made in this era. The good stunts, the never-ending chases, and the rest of it. It's overlong, though fun, but no turkey shooter man from Hong Kong.
Great. Now can I go?
No, let him go, General. I've yet to appear in a proper Channel Awesome anniversary.
Thank you. It's the last time I greet a smiling, white-faced crazy person with a DVD with anything but a screen. Oh, hey, Brad. Nice makeup. What's that you're holding? Blitzkrieg Escape from Stalag 69? Ooh, history! That looks like fun!
Good work, General. I'll see you later. Oh, I will. I'm training some minions to be strippers. Be seeing you!
The new American hero. Go! John Stamos is Stargrove.
Stargrove!
Gene Simmons is Ragnar.
Yeah!
Never Too Young to Die. Rated R.
Hello everybody, hello! My name is Teddy and I'm here to talk about my brand new headphones. They let me hear in yellow. I was able to get these headphones because the mistress was given money by the nice man called Patreon. You see, Patreon pays a few monies to the mistress so he can see the reviews early and without the black boxes that hide all the silly naughty bits. He sometimes also picks reviews for the mistress to look at, which is always fun. What Teddy would really like is for you to be like Patreon. Give money to the mistress, and then maybe Teddy can get red headphones. Red phones! Yeah, so you do that, and I get red phones. Do it now. Yeah.
Sunshine